I'm doing a glitter tattoo today. Today I'm going to take you guys through my whole setup. Hi, I'm Amanda Graves. First, we're going to start with how we set up the station and just the products we use. We're going to wrap the FK Irons Flux. I use barrier film, 2 strips of it. Here's the machine fully wrapped. I just put a little tape at the top just to make sure everything stays together. We could still turn it and we could still see the light and what color it is. I'm using Peak Triton brand for my cartridges, 2 different mags for my shading, a 9 mag and a 13 mag, just depending on the space I'm shading in. I always pull out like a 7 round shader or a 9 so I can really like get in on those corners and like shade right against the lines. 8 gauge, 1 round liner, so single needle. It's not that scary, I promise. And I'm going to be using a bug pin Tight 3. Those are the 2 like main things I use for the glitter. And these are the pink heart-shaped ink caps from Saferly. I love them, they're cute, they're the perfect size for what I do. And today I'm going to be using world famous ink for my whole color palette. I start with lining black. For the pink we're going to use Precious Gem Poncho Light Pink. This one obviously I have a huge bottle of it because I use it in like every tattoo. J Freestyle Orange, 24K Gold, Vegas Green, Mint Green. Instead of pouring like individual colors and finding the right tone, I usually use one mid-tone and then I darken and I lighten it up on both ends to get a nice pretty contrast. I'm going to be using like a lot more colors than I have set up here, but I mix a lot in my fancy ink mixer because I mix all of my colors. I always have the Recovery CBD foam. I use the Recovery CBD Glide. I use that for every tattoo. Use a fresh and clean tongue depressor for this, and I usually just put enough for the whole tattoo so I don't have to go back in here. Every time the skin needs a little moisture, put it on before I line, before I shade, before I do my stipple. When I use it, I feel like the skin is way less inflamed. I think that it just makes a huge difference when I'm doing long pieces and there's a lot of irritation and damage happening to the skin because you're putting a needle in someone. Any little thing helps, and I think the CBD and the way that they have it put together in their product is just perfect. Highly recommend. I use 2 cups of distilled water, one for my darks, one for my light. I use Castile soap, usually Dr. Bronner's, in 1 wash bottle, distilled water in this wash bottle. Cling wrap, double-sided tape that I use for everything. Rip it off, 2 strips down and 1 strip over here for these to stick on and for these. Shop towels, I just lay them out and then cut them in half so that we get a little bit more for the process. I always cover anything that I'm using while I tattoo in barrier film, so I covered the CBD Glide in barrier film, and of course I'll wipe it down after. Got my razor, dental bib, that's it. We good? Yep. Okay.